I'm very happy that you guys are listening to the community, and I'm happy with a lot of these reveals. But what about the EOD? You made a new articulation version once, you didn't recolor it. Come on, do it again. Hello, what's up? I'm Little Doom here doing another video for you guys, and this time we're going to be talking about the new reveals from the Halo live stream that Mega did. And I'm saying live stream like this because I think they forgot to premiere it or show it up as a live stream because it just came out as a raw video, so everyone can kind of click through and just check out the reveals if they wanted to. In this, it's going to be a little more raw, not as heavily edited, because I really just want to get through these. Also, I wanted to say that I'm probably going to misremember some of the names, some of the figures, some of the characters, and some of the sets. The only thing I really remember is the UNSC Scorpion Clash. I think that's what it was called. But yeah, just gonna say that as a heads up. So let's just go ahead and get started with the Halo Heroes Series 16. The first one we have is Spartan Kelly, and I'm super glad that they decided to go with this because the one issue that I had with Kelly is she's missing the number, and she should have had that. Well, they decided to rectify that with this set. Now, it is missing some of the gold on the shoulders, but at least it does have that specific number on her chest, which is good. Also, like the classic style of shotgun, I believe that this is more closely resembling the version from the package, but you can pretty much swap this for either one. It's pretty much the similar design. But yeah, I'm happy that they're doing Kelly again. Also, we're gonna get an ODST Hudson, which is the last character from the Raven Fire team. I think that's really cool, and I gotta admit, I think this is the best color scheme for that ODST lineup. I mean, I personally like the green and gray. Green is my favorite color, so obviously I'm more closer to that, but the orange and gray just really complement it very well, so I do like that. Moving on, we also have the fourth Spartan Mark 7 to be released for Halo Heroes. I don't know why they keep doing it, but they do. You know, they could have done an Anubis in this style, but they decide, oh no, we're gonna go with another Mark 7, because why not? And to be honest, I'm fine with it because it is a specific color scheme. It's the championship color scheme, and I do like that with the red and the blue, and that it's almost like, it kind of reminds me of that almost steel cobalt color from one of the helmet sets, but I don't think it's that specific color. Still, it looks pretty good, and I do like the color scheme of the battle rifle with the red touches, so that's very nice. Also, if you notice on the hands, they're also colored too with a little bit of red, so that's pretty good. We also have a Skirmisher Miner. Now, this is the Halo Heroes figure that I'm the happiest with, because I thought recently, why is there no other skirmishers in the sets? I mean, we did have that new articulation one that is similar to the one in the Bravo series, but most of the skirmishers that came before it were in gray, so I'm super happy that this one's coming out. It's got this almost faded blue color scheme. It kind of reminds me of, I think it was the Stormbound mystery packs, and it's got a little bit of orange on the neck, which is very good. And I love the paintwork on the weapon. The silver and the pink does look pretty good. I'm very satisfied with this. I would like to army build it, or just get one at the very least, but yeah, this is pretty alright. And then we also have the Spartan
Haunted.
So this was the fan vote version of the character, and it looks very nice. The torso and the armor looks pretty generic for the Spartans, which I don't necessarily mind, but the significant part of the figure is the helmet, that you can take off the visor and reveal the skull face. I also do like the painted weapon, that looks good, so I'm very satisfied with this. We also have a new Ghost set, and what's cool about this is it's based on Halo 4, which we don't really think about nowadays, but I'm happy with that. I'm happy we get some representation of that and not just Halo 3, 2, and 1. This set does look very nice. It continues that same set and price range as the Mongoose sets that started with Halo Infinite, as well as the Hijack Ghost. Speaking of the Hijack Ghost, one thing that I said about this set was, this piece right here seems like it was meant to also represent some of the earlier versions of the Ghost, and it seems like I was correct with that because you can see this is the classic color scheme. Now, it's got a lot of detail work to it that I'm kind of surprised with. You can also see this kind of electric look at the bottom, and that's how the set is going to stand, which I thought was pretty cool, and does remind me of the Jazz War set that did a similar thing. Now, the Elite is apparently a named Elite, and unfortunately it does not have one of the paint applications or mold marks that it kind of should have had if it was a named character, but there is a reason why they decided not to do that. But what I love about this set is usually people register these type of sets as army building things because it comes with a small vehicle and a bunch of generic figures, and it's a good value. What I love about this set is you can have this as just a named Elite, or you can have him as a regular Elite Miner and just put on the helmet. I thought that was a smart move on this. It also comes with a Grunt Miner, a Grunt Storm Miner I should say, in orange, which I thought was pretty cool, and two different versions of the Marine, which I absolutely love. I think they look really good. And with the Ghost itself, it doesn't come with a launching feature, which I'm totally fine with. I'm also noticing a little more transparent blue inside the Ghost. And one thing I didn't notice right off the bat was there's two different tones of colors on the Ghost itself, and you can see some of the slope tiling pieces on the front wings that there's some printed detail on that, which is outstanding. I'm very satisfied with how this turned out. On that, continuing from the Banished Garrison pack, we also have this new ODST set, and I'm super thrilled about this. It comes with a foam canister, and every single figure here is different in some way. Most of it is just for the colors, but I love how there's a heavy weapons specialist, there's a named ODST, there's a medic ODST. I am so into that because it reminds me of some of the older sets where the ODSTs had a specific name on the package, like you had the ODST heavy weapons specialist, the close quarter specialist, the sniper, you had the Arctic sniper specialist. So I'm totally into that. I love the different colors here, and I love the Covenant drones as well. And for a mini build, it comes with the flag, which, yeah, I'm totally fine with. I think this set looks wonderful. Now moving on to the big name sets, we have this one, which is the Red Team Warthog, and I am so happy about this because, yeah, it's another Warthog, but I think it's done rather well. Now, one thing I'm going to mention is it does come with that old style suspension. You can see the bars, so it's not that new style that the Razorback shares, which is a little unfortunate, but I do kind of get it. It's more of the classic style Warthog anyways. And it also has a conversion kit, much like the Arbiter's Quest, and how the Banshee is able to convert into the gold one and to the purple one. And you can see that all the parts just become some sort of barrier piece, but also you can swap out the turret. And so what they decided is, with some of the base plates, they're going to attach the turret as a separate thing. And another thing that I love is we finally get all three of the Red Team characters in one set. I also do like the fact that it comes with the little AI. Another awesome thing is that you can swap between them, not just with the turret, but with the pieces on the front that has that tempo. And I think it's the same tempo as the Flame Warthog that was done before. I could be entirely wrong about that, but I do like the fact that you can go from a generic Warthog to the Flame Warthog. And also I do like the choices of turrets because it reminds me of the first two Warthogs. Well, the Warthog and the Goshawk that came with the Locust. It's a very similar style in how it's built, and I am so into it. My very first set was the Mega Block Scorpion, and I'm not talking about any of the later ones. I'm talking about the very first Scorpion that released was my very first set. And I wanted that designer set, although it was a little too expensive, and when I thought, you know what, I should just jump on it anyways, it unfortunately got sold out, so it was really hard to get. But now we can remedy that. We've got this new version of the Scorpion, which takes advantage of that designer set because it's got a lot of similarities. It's got that recoil design aspect that I thought was really creative. If you are able to watch a review of that designer Scorpion, you know what I'm talking about. There's also some places where you can store different things. There's a crate included with a bunch of tools, which is awesome. But the Scorpion itself is really wicked. let's talk about everything around it, because it comes with a lot of stuff. It comes with 2 hunters this time around, so people aren't going to be upset with the original hunters that, you know, they just kept releasing one with the Pelican and the Wasp set. This one comes with 2. Now, they are very similar to the ones that came with the Wasp set, but that's totally fine. It also comes with an Elite General, and I was thinking, are they ever going to re-release a new Elite General? Well, here we go, and it's going to be in gold this time around, which is really cool. I like the turret piece. It reminds me of, I think it was the Mercenary Combat Unit, as well as it's got that barrier piece, which is a little more built up compared to the other 2 that were released in the Infinite line, because you also have the spare projectiles that can attach and clip onto the sides there. The crate has a bunch of tools, which is pretty cool. We've got a different variant of the Marine. Apparently this one's going to be a Desert Marine. And what's also really awesome is that this one is going to come with Spartan Stone. And we also have another set that's going to come with Spartan Griffin. And the reason why I mentioned that is we can stop calling these 2 Spartan Griffin and Spartan Stone. These are just Mark 7 and a Trailblazer, like the plaque says. So that's pretty cool. We get the appropriate one, and it does seem similar to the one that we do see in the game, so that's pretty cool. I'm very happy about this. It doesn't seem like it's going to be as wickedly expensive as the original. I could be wrong, because there's a lot of minifigures on this. They also mentioned that it was supposed to come with a Grunt, and I'm not seeing a Grunt here, so that might have been a mistake. But yeah, very happy about this. I need to get another Scorpion, so I'm definitely on board with that. Also, completely forgot to mention that in this set, you can rebuild it as a smaller tank, as well as this dropship carrier. And what's cool about it is you can put the dropship on the tank and have it lifted off and you know, fly wherever else, which is pretty cool for me because I have a Transformers, I think it was Sky Shadow, that does a similar thing, and I kind of like that gimmick. It's a weird looking gimmick on that toy, but it definitely reminds me of that. As well, I've got to talk about the set that got me super excited. I actually recorded my reaction to this. I'm gonna play it right here. Of course, I'm talking about the set I've been wanting for years. They're finally doing it. I am so happy because I have the original version of the set, the Covenant version, and I wanted a new one. This is the Banished Phantom. Oh, I am so thrilled about this. First of all, the minifigures. They look pretty good. We've got a Spartan Griffin, which is awesome. Another Mark 7, but still, whatever. No problem with that. We've got a Brute Captain. We've got Escarim, which is in transparent red, which is pretty cool because you have a hologram thing inside the Banshee itself, so you can display that with the set, as well as you get Jaga, which is very cool. I'm super thrilled about that. That's an elite that needed to happen. I will say that if you feel like you're going to be worried that you're not going to pick the set up because maybe it's too expensive, or you feel like you're going to miss out, I feel like that's going to be one of the figures that's going to be seen in Halo Heroes, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. It looks awesome. Apparently it takes heavy influence from the one that was designed by Brickman117. They mentioned that a lot. And it's just so incredible looking. I love it. I love the hard shell top looking design. I love the boosters on the back. I love the interior and how you can put in so many different figures. I love big bad guy drop ships like this in general. It's nicely built up, even at the front section there. It is apparently not the biggest set or the most expensive set to come out this year, which I thought was kind of funny, but taking a look at the next set, you do understand why. But I'm so happy about this because, let me show this off. I got it off to the side. I have the Pelican. This thing is going to face off the Banshee no matter what. The Pelican could be a lot bigger for all I care, but either way, I love this, and apparently the top can come off. And I gotta admit, this is one set that I'm kinda interested in the second build. I wasn't so much with the Pelican. I mean, the Firebase is kinda cool, but this one where it's like this giant walker thing with the canisters and this turret thing on top, it's like just a downside version of the Scarab that's not as small as the Locust, and I'm so blown away by that. It looks amazing. So hands down, this is the thing that I am most anticipated on. But it is not the last set. The last set we've got is the UNSC Elephant, and I am thrilled about this. It doesn't come with the Recon Spartan, but of course it doesn't, because you get that Recon Spartan from the mystery packs. Unfortunately, I don't have that. I really need to find that. But I am happy about this because I never owned the original Elephant, and this looks heavily influenced by that. You do get the crane setup. They did say that there's a little more build work onto that. There's a little more build work onto this Elephant compared to the original, so you get a little more details with that, which I totally understand. And apparently this is going to come with 2,000 parts, so think of it in the same way as the Pelican Inbound set. It comes with multiple name minifigures, one for the first time. We also have Sergeant Johnson and the Master Chief, as well as a couple of Marines, which I totally understand. A crate, you get a bunch of tools with it, you get a couple of turrets on the side, and a lot of space to put in stuff. And then you can also open up the back, which I thought was kind of a weird thing for the Elephant, because there's already a lot of space and this entire open top section, to where it feels like you don't necessarily need it. And it doesn't really reveal too many new details that you wouldn't have seen otherwise. So it does seem kind of weird in that aspect. I feel like it's just an unnecessary thing. I don't mind it because it's just an additional feature. It's just something that I feel if it was left out, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But it's there, and I don't mind. I imagine the canopy section is going to open in some way as well. Would be nice if it came with a mongoose, but otherwise, I'm liking this a lot. In fact, this entire wave I'm blown away with. There are some sets where I feel I'm not as excited, but I'm still excited for. I think the weakest one is that Mark 7, just for the sake that there are other Mark 7s in the Halo Heroes line that I feel like it's not really that special this time around. But regardless, so excited for this. I want the entire line. Someone help me with Halo Heroes. With that out of the way, I thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun doodads. I gotta cut it here because I need to edit this video, and also I'm gonna be getting a set in the mail soon, so that's gonna be awesome. I want to play with that. So with that, I will see you guys next time.